This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. I got an email recently from a chap called Rob, who was, basically he had a pedal that he wanted me to check out. Here's what he said.
Hi John, I've now got a Digitech Trio Plus on my pedal board and another for just looping for fun. I also have the original Digitech Trio, which is less featured and has no looper. It's got the brilliant band-in-a-box software, which is 100 times superior to the positive grid accompaniment. You can have my looper to write a review as long as you promise to sell it on and spend the profit money on Galahad and Curry. Should be worth £55 to £75. You'll have to send me your address. Regards, Rob.
And in case you're wondering, Galahad is Aldi's own brand of 4% beer. It's powered many a Friday live stream for me. And yes, so here's the pedal that Rob has very, very generously sent to me. Thank you so much, Rob. That's like properly generous of you. I'm quite touched, actually. As you can see, it's a Digitech Trio pedal. It's one of the first generation ones. The new ones basically do the same sort of thing as this, but they also have like a looper function in it. And the idea behind this pedal is what you can do is strum some chords. It listens to the chords that you've strummed and then creates a trio band arrangement, so it gives you bass and drums to sit behind your strummy guitar chords, which I imagine could be very, very useful. So let's get it all hooked up and see what sort of things it can do. Okay then, let's take a look and see what sort of things this little box of tricks can do then. A bit of an overview. We'll start with the inputs and outputs. We've got two inputs over here. They are labelled guitar. That's where you plug your guitar in, funnily enough. And control, that's where you can put in a foot switch to kind of foot switch between some of the functions that otherwise you have to kind of, kind of press buttons on the front panel. The outputs, we've got a mixer output and an amp output. I'm coming out with a mixer output at the moment, going straight into my interface, and I'm going to be recording the resulting sounds in Audacity. There's also round the back here on there there's a headphone output with its own level control. These buttons across the top here, we've got guitar effects, part 1, 2 and 3 and alt time. Going from left to right, the guitar effects switch, basically that gives you some rudimentary kind of different guitar tones that are going to be based on whatever the genre knob here is set to. We'll come to that in a moment. You can see it's not lit up at the moment, but if I press, and that basically gives me a pretty clean dry guitar sound like that. If I press it so it goes green, I get something of a little bit of a crunchier kind of sound like that, and press it again, it goes even more grunty. As I say, those different preset tones will be dependent upon where you've got the genre knob set. The parts 1, 2 and 3 buttons, what they're for is if you want to do like a verse part, a chorus part and a bridge part, and obviously if you're going to be using this pedal live, that's when you would need the foot switch to be able to kind of toggle between those different particular accompaniment styles. The alt time button allows you, depending upon the genre, to basically go to like either a half time or a double time feel. An obvious example of that would be, the slow ballady part of Freebird, which then goes into that sort of month-long guitar solo that's at double time. It's that kind of transition where, a song kind of goes to double speed or half speed. So that's those buttons explained. Let's have a look at this. Basically, we've got a genre knob here where you can see you got blues, pop, alt rock, rock, country, R&B and jazz genres, and Then you can fine-tune the genres with the style button here with 12 different variations on each of these different genres. Then a level for the bass that the pedal is going to generate, a level for the drums that the pedal is going to generate, and a tempo knob so that you can dial in, or vary the tempo of the accompaniment style that you've created. So let's put it to work then. Let's give it a chord sequence to learn and generate a backing track from. So what you do to do that is you press and hold the foot switch until the learn light blinks like that, okay, and then you press it again until it blinks fast. It's now listening for me to play something, so I'll play something. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, as you possibly noticed there, it's adding an extra 2 beats. It's kind of going, I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That wasn't intended. Let's see if I can convince it to, in that regard, it is a bit like a real drummer, really, isn't it? Can't count to 4. Let's try again. Yes, it seemed to realise its error then. I think that was probably pilot error on my part. You've got to be pretty nifty at getting to the foot switch. The demo that I saw of this, the guy who was demonstrating it was doing it like I am on the top of a desk here like this. I think what you've got to do is make sure that you get to the foot switch within 1 beat of finishing playing. Obviously, if you've got it on the ground, you can hit it with your feet, and basically the same way as you would with a looper pedal. So let me just play along with that now. I'm going to play back to that. Yeah, another observation I have is it would be nice if it generated a count in for you. That would be, that seems like a rather obvious omission, but it's just one of those things, I guess. Let's have a listen what that accompaniment sounds like if I go through the various different genres here. So we're on rock at the moment. Let's go and see what a pop interpretation of that little 3-chord bash would sound like. Okay, let's try country. I think I'm on the country setting there. And just to give you a bit of an overview of what this does here, as I said, that style knob basically allows you to come up with variations on whatever genre you're in there. And let's see what that sounds like. kind of a swingy kind of thing going on there. Shut up. It is what it is. It's not without its flaws, but I can see that this pedal would be massively useful to a whole range of guitar players. I get the feeling that this is the sort of thing that I wouldn't probably use this with an electric guitar. If you are, a solo artist using an acoustic guitar, singer-songwriter, troubadour kind of player, and you want something just to kind of give your performance a little bit more heft and weight, then I can see this being massively useful. As I say, it's a shame that you don't get a count-in generated so that you can, kind of come in time. You have to kind of wait for the loop to come back around to the beginning again, and then hope that the internal drummer has realised that there are 4 beats in the bar. The reason I'm coming out with a mixer output on this is because initially I did try running it into the front end of my amp, but even coming out of the amp output, it wasn't particularly happy sounding. I guess if you're going to use this into an amp, you really need a very, very, very clean sounding amp, and my little baby Marshall valve amp is not a very, very, very clean sounding amp. So that hence why I'm going into the mixer output. The guitar effects thing is a useful addition, I guess, but I suppose I would probably want, maybe you can't put any pedals on this side of it, obviously, because they're going to corrupt what the bass and drums are going to sound like. But maybe have an amp in a box kind of pedal on this side of it, so that you can have a little bit more, control, or like a multi-effects processor, or any kind of thing that's going to give you a guitar tone that gives you a bit more flexibility than this button here. So. All in all, not a bad little piece of kit, not without its flaws, but I can see this being massively useful to, to plenty of people out there. Is it going to be massively useful to me? I don't think so. So I think I shall be moving this pedal on and, as Rob suggested in his email, spending the profit on beer and curry. So there you go, folks. That is my quick little overview and assessment of the Digitech Trio band creator pedal. Make of it what you will. I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and informative in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not drop me a like while you're at it. Don't forget, as always, the live stream every Friday 5 p.m. UK time, where we drink beer and talk music and guitars. What a great way to kick off the weekend. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much to Rob for very generously sending me this rather clever little pedal. I'm going to have some fun with it before it leaves Robson Towers, but ultimately I think it's not going to be something that I'm going to make that much use of, so it might as well go to someone who will. So thank you so much, Rob, and thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.